The seat isn't that bad. There's a few stains on the seat, but not as bad as the backrest. Flip it around so you see the back. Yeah, it's pretty dirty. The back of the seat is minging. It needs a bit of repair as well to the piping here, as you can see. Probably a bit of stitching there, and obviously there. Same here. It's got a cigarette burn there. There's not a lot I can do about the cigarette burn. So yeah, and then obviously this is the seat here. This is the seat that's been cleaned. Oops. So you can see the difference. Now this seat is the passenger seat. Yes. No, it's the driver's seat. It's a left-hand drive. It's a left-hand drive vehicle. I can tell because both controls for the seat are on the same side. So this is the passenger seat, which, believe it or not, is a lot cleaner than the driver's seat was. This is the driver's seat that's already been cleaned, and the driver's seat was worse than this. This armrest here was very bad. It's still not quite as clean as this one here. This one's much cleaner. So I expect the passenger seat to become as clean as the driver's seat, if not cleaner. So I've put the clean one to one side, and I'm going to be working on this one. Because I've got a new seat foam for, so I'll put the foam to one side for a minute. I don't need that yet. And I need to start taking the cover off this seat. Take the headrest off first. Now this has got a slightly loose armrest. So if you've got a T25 with armrest, captain seats, and it doesn't have a plug here, then these are held on with a roller pin. Now to get them off, what you have to do is, you'll need these two tools, or anything that's round like that. You can use a drill bit if you want to. So flip it over onto its back. Flip it over like that first. And so the roller pin is in here. I'm not sure if you can even see it, but it's, if you push back the form of the armrest, it is just in here. You'll have to trust me on that one. It is there, and you have to knock the pin through. Put a head torch on just to see what I'm doing. There you go. And that is out. I'll do this one while I'm here on this side. They've both got to come off. So the pins have been completely knocked out now, and the armrest is completely free. Now you'll find that the pin always ends up here. So you can see it's there. So I've left the pin inside so I don't lose it. It's in there. So I'll leave it in there, then I know where it is. I'll do the other side. They can be a little bit stiff to get off, but if you just keep wiggling them, they will eventually come off. And these have a little bracket here, so it's got this pin with a held in by a couple of screws. When you have a loose armrest, all you have to do is take the armrest off and tighten this up. So as I'm going to be, so yeah, where was I? Yeah, as I'm going to be taking the cover off, I'm going to be removing these anyway. So they're just held on with Allen keys. And that just comes off. So there we have it. Same on the other side. Move this one. So now I need to flip this over, and there are 2 bolts here. There's one this side, one on the opposite side. I need to remove both of those. The seat is completely flat. I need to remove 4 bolts here. So there's one here, one here, one here, and one here. Pop off the spring. That's one side off. Put these to one side. These are springs as well. There was only one on. I think I may have a spare. Slide out this part here. So now I need to remove the cover from the seat pan. Now this is just held in by a bit of cardboard, believe it or not. So there we go, that's the cardboard. And the cardboard is a little bit worse for wear. So I'm just pushing down on the seat and pulling out the cardboard. Peel back the cover. So all that orange dust is the foam. So it's had a scrim foam on this seat, and the foam and the scrim is completely perished. You can see the scrim is no longer there. This seat is has seen better days, so I'll need to do a little bit of work onto this seat before I put it back together. So I think this has had a little bit of water in this, as you can see, whether someone has been getting in and out of the vehicle with wet clothes on and it's soaked all the way through the foam, or they've left the window open on a regular basis, or it's just had a leaky seal. So now I need to cut the hog rings. And that's for the bin now. So that is all the deteriorated scrim foam. So if I tried to wash a cover like this that's been on the seat for 40 years and the scrim foam has deteriorated, all I'll do is just wash the scrim foam into the cover, which won't really do a good job of cleaning it, and it'll also get the foam very wet and create rust. So taking it off is the best way to clean a cover like this, and because I'm replacing the foam, it needs taking off anyway. I'm going to remove the card that's on here before I wash it. Soak the whole lot in just a bucket of just plain water, no detergent, just to rinse out any bits of the scrim foam first before I do any washing. So I'm just using a very sharp Stanley knife blade, just cutting away at the stitching. So obviously the owner of this wanted to keep as much of the original fabric as possible. So as you can see, that would have been almost impossible to get out of the seat without taking the cover off. And what I want to do is to use a hot knife now, and I want to seal these ends. When I wash this, it's going to fray a lot. So to prevent it fraying, I'm going to use a hot knife and just run it down the edge. Not want to take off any of the fabric, but I want to seal as much as I can. just to prevent the fraying. So I'm just going to dunk this cover in a bucket of cold water. You can see already the water's going orange. So that's just from the scrim foam. It's not the dirt out of the seat yet. I haven't used any detergent. But I'll let that soak. I'm going to strip the two armrests down and then I'll soak them in the same bucket. So to take the armrests apart, screw this all the way down as far as it'll go, and then use a screwdriver and just push that off. Put them in the water as well. Remove these two screws here. So then I need to unstaple here. I'm going to roll the cover off. Same with these, I'm going to seal the ends. Yeah, that's proper minging. In the bucket. So I've just put them in a bucket of warm water and put lots of fur liquid on them first. Give them a good hand wash. So just like you would hand wash clothes, just rub them together. And they look a lot cleaner now. So I'll give them a good rinse out now, give them a wash, and then I'll check them. If I need to wash them again, I'll wash them again, and then I'll give them a dry. 40 years of dirt. So you see the ends of the armrest now are much cleaner. Not sure if that was the really dirty one. There you go. It's a hell of a lot cleaner. There's still some dirt on this one, but I think, yeah, the seat might need a little bit more at the back where it was really filthy. But the armrests don't look too bad, considering. So let's check this over at the back. So you can see it's still got a dirty patch right at the very back. But I think that's a lot of rust. So I don't know how well that's going to come out. It may not come out at all because it's rust and not dirt. Another bit of a scrub. Yeah, I think the rust is going to be a bit of an issue, but we'll see. Yeah, I think the rust is there's a little bit more come out. That's better. Have a rust patch there, I think. We'll just let those drip dry now overnight. We'll check them in the morning. So the seat cover's been washed. It's not come out as clean as I expected. There are a few little stains on it, but it's a damn sight better than it was. I'm not sure whether I'm going to give it another wash or not. Still haven't yet quite decided. There's a stain here and more staining around here. But what I'm going to do first, I'm going to do the little repairs that are on it. So there's quite a bit that's come apart. So I'll take it apart, do the restitching on it, and then I'll make my mind up once I've done that. So someone's tried to hand stitch this here. You can see the massive stitching that's in it. So I'll take all that apart and then I'll do the repair. We'll just tidy up these frayed ends with the hot knife. So you can see the stain that's here. I'm not sure what you can see that. So there's quite a big stain there and one here. So I'm going to give it another wash before I do the repair. That's why I've hot knifed it. It's now been washed again, and I'm going to put the scrim foam on before I sew in these parts here, and I'm going to put the sort of pocket in here and the two pockets that have fallen apart down the side here. I'm going to sew that in now, remove these, sew the pockets in on both sides here, and then put the two lines in. So cleaner than we were before, but not as clean as I wanted it to be. But sometimes that's the way it goes. A lot of these marks are rust marks from it being wet. So to get these back in, what you need is one of these. So I need a head touch as well. I've got to push back the foam here so I can get this through both holes. Now, I know it's in the right place because it won't go back any further than that. And then now that I've got that in the right place, maybe a hammer on this and slide this out without disturbing it. I need to get that in the hole. We're in the hole, and then just drive it home, and we're in. So the same with the other one. And we're in. So a lot of people find the holes tricky to do, but this is the essential tool, believe it or not. It just lines everything up. So we still have a bit of a stain here. You can just see the edge of it here. And the same here, a bit of a stain here, and then the rust mark that is a little bit of rust mark here, and then a bigger rust mark here. Not a lot I can do about that. So you can see that the armrests are looking a hell of a lot better. This one was filthy along this front edge here. The top of the seat that was absolutely minging is now much cleaner. Most of the staining on the seat is gone. There is still a few little bits. There's one bit here that is still there. Obviously this big stain that was here, it's much better. It's still not perfect. And then this armrest is better as well. But yeah, we've got a few marks, but overall it's a hell of a lot better than it was before.